story we're following here on NBA Today. Our Sharpe reported yesterday that the new Lakers ownership, led by Mark Walter, had fired Joey and Jesse Buss along with much of their scouting department. Now, Joey and Jesse Buss have had the keys to the Lakers scouting roles for the past decade, helping find players like Austin Reeves, Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma, and Jordan Clarkson as well. So joining us is our senior reporter with the Lakers, Dave McMenamin. Dave, are we watching the Lakers? It feels like this is an episode of Succession. Are we watching this happen in real time?
Yeah, Malika, that is a apt comparison. And, I spoke to both Jesse and Joey yesterday, and this wasn't necessarily a surprise that this came. Obviously, the writing's been on the wall since the majority stake in the franchise was sold to Mark Walter's group in June. However, that didn't end up cutting the disappointment whatsoever. This was a devastating day for both of them to come to the realization that they won't be able to hand over their stake in the team to their children, which they always grew up thinking that was their father's goal, for the Buss family business to be the Los Angeles Lakers in perpetuity. Now, I'll say that Joey and Jesse got ahead of this. They launched Buss Sports Capital last month. They've already set up meetings both domestically and abroad with major pro sports franchises, including a franchise in the Major League Baseball League. And so certainly they are trying to set themselves up and not be completely reeling from this news. At the same time, it tears at their heartstrings.
It seems like also a strange time when you're looking at turning over scouting departments, because right now is prime scouting season for NBA's teams to be looking at the college ranks and internationally. So it's certainly going to be interesting to see how the Lakers move forward from this as well. Let's talk about this current team, though. Of course, LeBron James, he made his season debut against the Jazz on Tuesday. That's where I lost my voice. And now that that's out of the way, Dave, how is it looking for the 40-year-old about to turn 41 to get to game number 2 and beyond?
Yeah, I spoke to a source close to LeBron today, and he told me that LeBron's usually measured about these things, but he reported that LeBron felt, quote, great coming off that season debut against the Jazz. The team had off on Wednesday, and they had a practice Thursday. They'll get 2 more days to get ready before they play their next game on the road Sunday in Utah. The big question moving forward is not just can LeBron stay healthy and not have the sciatic creep back in, and obviously LeBron is going through exercises and mobility drills in order to try to stave that off, but can he get his wind back at the same time, keep his body in the best shape in order to make it to the finish line? And LeBron can only miss 3 more games between now and the end of the regular season to be eligible for the awards, including All-NBA. He's been an All-NBA player the last 21 years straight. The source I spoke to today said, hey, at 41 years old, I'd rather LeBron skip back-to-backs, but we'll see how that aligns with his plans to maybe be eligible for All-NBA once again.
You have to know that he has those numbers in his mind. Dave, thank you so very much. As always, a ton going on here with the Los Angeles Lakers, including that power struggle in LA. Let's go from the power struggle to the Tower of Power with Brian Windhorst. That sounds like a job for Wendy's Tower of Power.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm calling the ball. Number 5, 4, 3, 2. Number 1.
I say it in a voice. Tower of Power.
Tower of Power. Starring Brian Windhorst.
All right, Malika, so these are my 5 biggest surprises here 1 month into the NBA season. Number 5, we're going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers. What would you have said if I told you that Joel Embiid would play 6 games and yet the Sixers are in the top 6? We talked earlier about how good Tyrese Maxey has been, but they've got 4 guys averaging over 16 points. None of them are Paul George or Joel Embiid. Quentin Grimes, VJ Edgecombe, their rookie, and Maxey, second league in scoring, has absolutely driven that.
I like it.
At number 4, Dave just talked about the Lakers. How about the Lakers? LeBron's played 1 game. Luka's missed 4 games. Austin Reeves has missed some games. The Lakers are in the top 4 in the West, and they've not had an easy schedule. They've had a bunch of road games. Yes, Luka is scoring, but how about Austin Reeves? He's 8th in the league in scoring. Luka's number 1. He's 8th. DeAndre Ayton has given them the type of point and rebound production they've looked for. Great start for the Lakers. Also a big surprise. How about that big game tonight between the Suns and the Wolves? The Suns,
the
3
Suns.
games over 500
now.
In fairness, I will say they haven't played the toughest schedule so far. But Devin Booker is back to being at the top of his game, being a creator offensively. Dylan Brooks has had a really good impact, and even though Josh Green hasn't been able to play that much because of the hamstring injuries, we've really got the Suns off to amazing starts. They're in great position.
So that means
number two, and this is not a good surprise. This is the Clippers. The Clippers, after losing last night, are now 4-11. Look, Kawhi Leonard is been out there 1-8 in the games that he has missed. Of course, you know that his health is important, but this team picked the wrong time to have an old roster. The league has never played faster. The Clippers look very slow, and they are in a tough spot right now. Number one, I got two teams at the top. How about 1 and 2 in the Eastern Conference?
There you go.
The Detroit Pistons and
Porks
Toronto
Raptors
at the top of the East. Did you see that?
Green, who's kind of dressed like the Joker today, our senior insider.
I just have to say, I think, Shanae, you made a great decision today wearing all black. I think you look really good in all black.
I think you look perfect,
Sean. You mean all business right here. And of course, our Brian Windhorst looking dapper as always. This is good, guys. It's great when we have two great teams playing each other, and then you get added stakes with it being an NBA Cup game. Brian, I'm having a hard time deciphering here, just like I'm still having a hard time talking. The Rockets and the Nuggets, what's been most impressive to you so far this year? Where do you want to go?
Well, the league right now, we know it's a copycat league, and everybody's playing fast and hoisting threes. And the Rockets are like a pickup truck in the middle of a race of a bunch of sports cars, okay? Because they're like, we don't have to play fast. We're going to play slow. We're not going to shoot three-pointers. We're going to get offensive rebounds. It is so amazing that in an era defined by fast-paced offense, that a team that doesn't shoot threes and doesn't go fast is better than everybody else. Now, they are making their threes. The ones that they're shooting, they're making, and that's helping it. But they are playing against the grain, and I, for one, love it. I love the way the Rockets are leaning into their personnel, leaning into the way Ime Udoka wants to coach. And look, the Nuggets are one of the teams that is doing great on offense. They've got a top offense led by Nikola Jokic, who's having a historically great season. But I have to admire the team that's going its own way and having a lot of success. That is fueling the Rockets' start.
I got to tell you, as you were talking, Brian, Shanae's just sitting up straighter and straighter over the course of that conversation. But it's worth it. It's worthy of this conversation, right? The Rockets, they're red hot. They've won 10 of their last 11 games. What is the organization saying, Shams? Is this what they envision?
Malika, yes, in a way, but this is a team that's super injury. You know, they're dealing with a lot of injuries right now. You look at Oklahoma City, they're in a class of their own. Denver is established, and they're deep right now, and they've got so many players that they feel like they can count on after the offseason. The Rockets internally believe they're figuring it out on the fly. Alperen Sengun's having a really special start to the year. Kevin Durant's figuring it out as the season's going on. He's putting up his Kevin Durant-type numbers. But Amen Thompson and Reed Sheppard are taking on consistent roles that they've never had at the NBA level. Amen Thompson's playing point guard consistently, which he's never done. He's a triple-double threat on any given night. Reed Sheppard is coming on strong the last couple of weeks. But this is a team that's injuries ravaged right now. Fred VanVleet potentially out for the season.
Right.
We'll see. And then Dorian Finney-Smith, Tari Eason still out for several more weeks still. So we haven't seen Dorian Finney-Smith with this team yet.
But good news for us basketball fans watching this game tonight. We do see here that Aaron Gordon is probable to play in this game.
Nice.
The big man battle, right? That's going to be something that we all have our eyes on. And what do we call Alperen Sengun around these parts tonight?
Baby Jokic.
We call him Baby Jokic. Well, Big Jokic or Nikola Jokic, however you want to refer to him, was asked about those comparisons ahead of their matchup.
I think he's talented. I think people are connecting with him, but I think we are a different type of player. He's an amazing player. You can see some similarities, but I think I don't want people to see him and tell me he's like something like me. I think he's a good enough player he's good enough player to have his own story.
Well, wise and complimentary words there from Nikola Jokic. What are you watching in this big man battle, Danny?
I mean, in a league where it's three-point oriented and perimeter oriented, they're saying the big man is becoming non-existent. But these guys are bringing it back. Obviously, Joel Embiid's been out and hurt. But if you look at the post-ups throughout most other teams, they don't post up anymore. But these guys are making teams have another big to be able to guard the post-up. As you can see, they're still scoring. They're top in the league. Two top. Obviously, Jokic just kind of doubling Sengun there. But they're top in the league in post-ups. And because they have unstoppable moves like these, You see Sengun, and they're also unbelievable passers. He gets the ball, takes his time, looks around, sees the defense, seeing who's going to help the double, pretty much daring the defense to double, and gets that sky hook, which is unstoppable. The reason why Kareem made it unstoppable. If you can perfect that, Jokic the same. Now, he may not take his time as much, but he's looking at the defense with every dribble, seeing who's going to double because he's so great at passing. It's a one-on-one, easy right-hand hook. Unstoppable.
Yeah, you guys know I'm in my happy place now. These are two players that have international experience. They carry that over to the NBA, and they have really led their teams. And I'll focus actually on the triple-double aspect. Now, I know for Alfred Sengun, that is aspirational compared to Nikola Jokic, but look at this right here. Only two players in the NBA average 20, 10, and 7. And it's those two right there on the screen. 23, 10, and 7 for Alpi and Jokic. You guys, I can't even fathom what he's doing. Go ahead.
I think with the absence of Fred VanVleet has allowed Sengun to be their point guard. There's concerns and worries that they wouldn't be stable without point guard, but he's a playmaker, so him able to do that, and they're obviously developing Reed Shepherd, who's coming along, but he's able to be their kind of point forward, point center, and be able to be like Nikola Jokic.
And I still do believe that the Houston Rockets are ahead of schedule. Given the injury concerns, I was like, I don't know if they're going to make it to the top
I doubted them too.
of the West.
It proved me wrong.
You have the head and shoulders leaders of the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then you've got the Nuggets and the Rockets. The thing that you need your team to be is win the games you're supposed to win. And they're doing exactly that. That's a step for growth for them.
Yeah, the Houston Rockets have been impressive to watch, particularly because, again, the three-point shot, that is not in the modern NBA. Usually when a team is near the bottom of the league and how many three-point shots they take, that is not a recipe for a #1 offense. I don't know if that's going to be sustainable over the course of the entire season, but I do think they found something. I think they have found something here, and that's certainly, we're excited for that marquee matchup tonight. A story, though, that we will be following through the weekend. Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups, along with Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and former Cleveland Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones, they were arrested, remember, in late October as a part of a pair of wide-ranging investigations related to illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia. Now, Jones had his arraignment on November the 6th. Billups is scheduled to have his this upcoming Monday. So we check in with Shams for more on Billups' arraignment as this date approaches. What are the details, Shams, that you're focused on as we head towards Monday?
So, Malika, a source told me that Chauncey Billups will be pleading not guilty to the illegal sports betting charges. So the FBI has 2 charges against Chauncey Billups. One is a count of wire fraud, another is money laundering. Each count carries no more than 20 years in prison. This is a routine arraignment where they're going to read you your charges. There's going to be a not guilty plea by Chauncey Billups. This will be a long, drawn-out process. I reported it in the moment when these first came about a month ago. This will go about 6 to 12 months at least.
All right, and over those 6 to 12 months, of course, we will continue to update you as the story develops here on NBA Today, but that arraignment date is set for Monday. Hey, coming up here on our show, Tyrese Maxey. My friends, he put on a show last night in Milwaukee. We're going to tell you why he had something extra, a little different motivation going against his former head coach. And don't look now, but the Orlando Magic, they are rolling. How much of a threat are they in the East? Well, it's a good thing Franz Wagner is joining the show to explain the interesting celebration that he had with his brother.
Explain that, please.
Plus, what will be the aftermath in Los Angeles after the Lakers parted ways with 2 members of the Buss family? We have a live report right around the corner here on NBA.
Sign up with code HOOPS.
So Tyrese Maxey had a career night in Milwaukee, and the Sixers, they needed every one of those 54 points. Let's go now to Pfizer Forum. Paul George, he came in hot in this one, Danny. In his second game of the season, he showcased that 3-point shooting.
Yeah, looking right at home. Second game back, but doing what they brought him in to do. Knock down shots, be a floor spacer. Guys falling asleep. Come on, Bobby Portis. He only got 2 3-pointers.
Wake up! He scored Philly's first 11 points in the first quarter. But the fourth quarter, that's when it was time to take it to the max. Maxey time, that is. Starting here with a step back.
Come on.
Eat ball.
Dance. Dance. You know what I like to say, Dancing with the Stars. Tyrese Turbo Mode Maxey, and I love the joy that these two play with. This is the future best backcourt in the NBA with VJ and
Oh, I like that. VJ throwing it down here, and then Maxey catches it in the corner. Another 3, Danny.
Talking crazy to the bench, too. Let him know, Tyrese.
Respectfully.
Bucks down by 1. Turner catches it. Knocks down the 3.
Give him the antlers.
And then,
I like that.
No one
Give him
ever
the
done
antlers.
celebration before. I love that. Maxey drives. Turner really thought that he had it with that one. That's why he gave us the antlers. But Maxey, stone cold, knocks down both free throws and sends the game to overtime.
Cold-blooded.
So the 76ers, they lead by 3 in OT. And then Maxey putting the finishing touches here on this 50-piece.
He's their number
With the
one,
left.
number two, number three, number
With
four
the
option.
left.
Not one, not two,
Ooh, I
not
didn't know you
three,
had that, young fella.
not four. He had a couple layups with the left, too.
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey is making a real leap, though, to begin the season. That's saying a lot because he was huge for them last year. He's put up numbers for the Sixers that rival their MVP winners, including Wilt, my friends. Through 15 games, he's averaging over 33 points a night. Only Allen Iverson has a higher average to start a season. So, Brian, what does the emergence of Maxey mean for the 76ers this season? Because a lot of us said, okay, this could be a lost year if Joel Embiid isn't a full go.
Yeah, we are seeing the birth of a superstar here. He is playing like a superstar, which has really enabled the Sixers to not think about Embiid on a night in, night out basis. The best compliment I can give him is that he won Most Improved Player 2 years ago, and I think he could win it again this year because he has taken his game to another level. He's really developed 3-level scoring close to the basket with both hands. Danny was just mentioning with the left hand. He made 7 baskets with his left hand last night, including some floaters. The idea of being able to perfect a floater with your offhand, and I want to point out his three-point shooting. He's really had a couple of down years